here from Sincerely Creative Mom. We are going to make a spring grapevine wreath today. I'm really excited to do it. And we're going to go ahead and put our sign on first. One of the first things we're going to do. I'm going to take this little tag off here. So the sign itself is not quite, it's not quite a 1/4 of an inch, but our staples are definitely a 1/4 inch. So the last thing you want to do is ruin one of your signs. So I always put a little padding in there. And I'm just going to use that. It'll go right where it's supposed to. Okay, I got a nice little snuggled spot right on my thing here. I'll try to make sure I can kind of see a little bit of that grapevine below. And I'm going to go in right where it is. So before I tighten it, I'll make sure we're in that same exact position, right? It looks like the same amount here, a little space here. I feel like I'm good to go. And then all I did was, I just took it in right where I was. I'm just going to twist this up a little bit. And then I just wind it in and then stuff it right in that. But the first thing I'm going to do is make our bow. So we have our ribbon that goes up and down like this. I always start with a tail, right? I always start with a tail. So if I start with a tail, that tail is going to be upside down, right? It's going to be upside down. I don't want my tail to be upside down. So I might start with a little tail and then try to work it going up. I can do that. Start with a little tail, and that little tail is going to go up, okay? So I have one loop. I know I'm doing it without my... I'm doing it without my florals there, so I'm not really sure how big it is. It needs to be, but we're going to work that out too. So pinch, twist, loop. I'm going to do 3 loops total. So one side of that bow will have 2 loops, and one side of that bow will have 1 loop. And then now, when I come down, look at that. So this part's going to go up. Remember I said it's going to go up? This part's going to come down now. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Those are fine. Right? Perfect. Okay, we don't want it to come down too far because I don't want it to go over the sign. So I'm going to stop it right here, knowing full well that we'll probably cut it probably somewhere along here. But just so that it's long enough for me to start with, right? So I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and just hold on to it just the way it is kind of for me right now. Make sure that that ribbon is, when you tighten it in there, make sure that ribbon is doing what you already want it to. Okay? So just be the boss. Be the boss of your ribbon. It's fine. It'll let you do that. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. A little tiny tail that's going to go up. Okay. And then our loops are going to be a little bit smaller than the first layer. Not by much, just a little. So the ribbons and the sign all came from Alright, so now I'm going to take this, because I'm looking at the loops, okay, I'm looking at the loops. So I'm going to take the 2 loops and the 2 loops, but I want them to be on opposite sides. So I'm going to move that around so that it's 1 loop and 2 loops, okay? See how I'm going to do that? And then mine, I like to have one little loop in the top, that center, one little loop, and then still 3 loops. So this one doesn't count for my loops. And then pinch, twist, loop, pinch, twist, loop, pinch. Okay, so we have, forget this loop, that's not going to count. We have 1, 2, 3, and then we have our tail that goes up, we have our thing in the center, and we have our tail that's going to go down. I just want to make sure that the 2 loops on the last layer gets the next 1 loop. Okay, the only ribbon I'm worried about, or I'm paying attention to, as far as what direction it's going, the only ribbon I'm paying attention to is that very bottom ribbon, because that's the one that's got to go a certain way, right? All right, I'm bringing all those long tails down to one side, just 3. It's going to be fine, it's going to be perfect. I'm going to bring that one up to the center, in the center, okay, and then I bring those tiny tails up to the top. Okay, so that's going the right way. We need this guy's going the right way, and then this one is going to go the right way too. Okay, those are going to come down. So here we go. That is so cute. I'm going to put together 2 florals, and then we're going to use some. Fillers. Okay, move it all around. So I'm just going to give this a little bit of life. I'm going to move those greenery greens to the back. All right, so our 60919. Moving those all apart. Just move them all apart. Okay, there. So my 60919 is going to go on the top. So I'm going to put this on top, and then I'm going to weave that purple come through. Okay, so I'm going to put this right on the top. Move that purple. Bring it right into the center. Bring some of that purple up. Bring some of that purple up. It's going to be a little too much for what we want here, so we're going to cut it off. But let's get this secured first. Nice and tight. Now I'm gonna trust that my hands are not gonna be able to cut these. I'm gonna make those tight, and then I'm gonna cut them with my crazy awesome stem cutter. Hey, Quincy. That's just a little too far. It's just a little too far. It's a little too far out. And it's just this one extra little piece right here. Okay? It's that one extra little piece. So we're gonna cut it off. We'll put it in there again. We're not gonna just keep it out because that's money. That's money, right? So I'm gonna just snip that one off, that one tiny spot. And now look, it's not as crazy long because I like to be a little sneaky. I already made the other one, right? They're perfect, right? These little bundles are perfection. They're perfect. So I'm gonna just go ahead and kind of weave that all together. Some of it's gonna go up, some of it's gonna come down. Perfect, right? All right, so I'm gonna take my pipe, what are these? I'm gonna take these. I don't have big ones, so I'm just gonna make 2. And tighter. Okay. Okay. From here, now I'm not even gonna shape it yet. Okay. From here, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna secure it with a pipe cleaner that I can't find anymore. Now, we could have put these in there piece by piece. We could have done that. We could have. Absolutely. Now look, I'm shaping here. I'm doing it upside down. I can't even see what I'm doing, so hopefully it looks a little good down there. I'm just moving these around. Because when I put that bow there, super cute bow. Don't worry, we'll cut it. Okay, look at how cute. How sweet. So stinking cute, so pretty. And you would never know that I didn't just, you know, piece those in there separately. I put it all in there all together. Boom. Hold on. My brain can't obviously do two things at once. It's fine. So pretty. So easy. It's adorable. Just like that. Look at it. How cute is that? Totally, absolutely love it.